Personally, I don't really know why people ghost. I find ghosting is a very rude thing. I really hate it. Hey, before we get onto this video, to all my younger nieces and nephews, you wanna ask your parents first if you're allowed to watch this video. Okay? So, you've been warned. Hello everybody! Hey guys, it's your boy David, aka DAVLORITO. If you're new to my channel, hey, my name is David. I'm a Filipino from Germany and I studied in Seoul, South Korea. If you clicked on this video because you watched the previous part, it was about scams in Korea, then you are at the right place. This is part 2, so as a heads up, it's still called Scams in Korea because I'm going to tell you a story about how I was tricked into getting into a blind date. So it's not really scams, just the beginning is a scam. I am not gonna name their real names and I'm gonna change the locations so that it's just, you know, hidden identity in a way. But anyway, this is the second part of the scams video. I hope you guys enjoy. So now let's get on to the story. So the story happens somewhere in Seoul, and just for the sake of it being more recognizable to all of my viewers, let's just say it took place in Gangnam, or as some of you know as Gangnam or Gangnam, but it's Gangnam. Okay, so it will happen there. Let's just say it happened there. This was sometime in February, March of 2018, so 1 year ago. There are two characters in this story, my friend and the person. Okay, let's just call them that, my friend and the person. So my friend texted me and asked if we could meet up because we hadn't seen each other in a while. I met this friend at some event back in 2017. I went to some events in Seoul. That's where we met, and then we kept in touch. I think we hadn't seen each other for half a year or so. So this friend of mine just asked, hey, do you want to meet up? And I said, sure, of course, why not? And yeah, so we set up a date to meet, and then we said, okay, let's meet at Gangnam. The night before we were going to meet, my friend asked me,
hey, would you mind if a friend of mine joined?
I'm sorry, what?
I said sure, why not? So I didn't think anything about it, got dressed as my usual self, right? My friend is a bit late because of my friend's friend, so because of the person. So I'm here waiting in the cold, and that's already a bad start. But I was thinking, because my friend is my friend, I don't mind, and it wasn't that long, but it was cold. And then here comes my friend with the person and introduces us, and there was nothing awkward at that, but I noticed from the beginning that we met, the person, say this person wasn't shy as most people that I met in Korea. This person was outgoing, let's just say it at that, and it was fine in the beginning. Then this person said, hey, can we go to this store because I want to get something, etc, etc. And then we did that. And you have to imagine, I was gonna meet my friend to be with my friend, right? So the first 30 minutes we spent finding stuff for the person, and I'm not really a fan of that unless we're friends. So it's a bit awkward, still getting to, you know each other, but we couldn't really talk since the person was finding or looking for something and my friend is more of the shy type. It was just more of a small talk. Anyway, that brushed aside. Then the person got everything that the person needed. We went to a cafe because it was after lunch and we wanted to get something warm to drink, and it was cold outside. It was kind of full everywhere. So we found a cafe that was a bit smaller, and I feel like it was not a chain brand. What was it called? Not a chain brand. It was just like a independent store, let's just say that. It was very cramped, so we were in a tight little space. Here's where it starts, guys. Here's where it happened, and I realized I had been set up. Let me draw the picture for you. So here we are sitting at the cafe. It's very close, like very tight space, but you still have kind of space between the other seats, so we still had kind of privacy. They had their drinks first, and then I had the beeper thing and I had to wait. And when mine was done, it, you know, ringed and I went to the front to get my drink. When I came back, my friend was no longer there.
What?
This is not an authentic kimono. I'm just wearing this. I got this. And I'm wearing my sleepwear underneath because I'm just too lazy to get dressed. Yeah, so I just wanted to make that clear. I don't want to see anybody write in the comments about, oh, he thinks he's wearing something Korean. This is not, okay? My friend went to the restroom, I suppose, because when I went back to the table, it was just the person there and me. I didn't think anything about it. You know, I'm a very outgoing person. I like meeting new people. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I was just drinking my drink and stuff. And then this person offered if I wanted to try theirs, which was, I don't know, a bit weird, but I guess it's normal in Korea. I mean, it is kind of normal. I mean, among friends, it's normal, but not among strangers as much, I feel like. So anyway, I declined because I said it doesn't mix well with what I have, which was true, by the way. And then my friend comes back, still awkward, silence, not really much talking. And then here is where the clear sign was that it was a blind date. I say it like this because to me it was not a date. It was simply blinding me. My friend said, so David is single, he's not seeing anyone, which is true. In that time I was still not claimed for. And then my friend says, oh, and the person is also not seeing anyone right now, is single. And then I'm thinking, why is this information important? Side comment. When I was in Korea, my friends can correct me if I understood them wrong, but many of my friends would ask me if I have a girlfriend. They will ask me if I'm dating someone. When I arrived in Korea, my standard answer to everyone was, no, I'm not seeing anyone and I'm not really looking for one because I'm not into dating. Just put it out there, that's for another video, but I don't believe in dating. It's very complex, okay? But basically, to put it all in, I don't believe in dating. I just believe in finding the one. How that may look like, we can make another video about that if you're interested. So anyway, my friend knew that, so I don't know why this friend was trying to set me up. And it's just strange that in general, my friends in Korea, they were always shocked when they found out that I was single and I was not seeing anyone. I'm not saying this to be conceited or like, oh, I'm so great. In Korea, when they would find out that I'm single and I'm not seeing anyone, they would always ask me, but why? You are so handsome, you're so outgoing, you're so this, you're so that. Like, they said so many compliments about me. And in the beginning, I thought that maybe it's just because they're my friends. But then I found out quite quickly that anybody that I met would say the same thing. It's like, what? Why? And so yeah, dating in Korea is such a big thing. Now, end of the side story. Now, coming back to the cafe, my friend is introducing us as two single people, you know, and I cut it short rather quickly and I said, I'm sorry, you seem like a nice person, but I am not interested, I am not looking, I don't believe in dating. Period. And this is where I still get annoyed because now, after I had said that, the person obviously did not take it personally because the person did not think that, oh, am I not good enough or something. That person did not say those things. But the person then had I don't know, it felt like 1 hour or longer, talk with me about why my outlook on life is wrong and why I should be dating around and why I should give everybody a chance to be my one, and you know, all of these things. And I'm like, this might work for you and maybe that's what you want, then go ahead, date around if that's what you want. I mean, everybody does it, it's true, or many do it, but I'm not one of them. I don't belong to the many. I'm one of the people who's like, no, I don't believe in dating, period. And there's nothing that you can change about that. So here I am, spending already 1.5 to 2 hours having a conversation with a person that I'm not really fond of, I'm not interested in, and is also not a good conversationalist. it was a waste of time, and that's what I think what got me annoyed the most. You don't have to do big or many things when you meet me. For me, quality time is above any activity. But if you're a person that I just met and we're talking about something that is not leading anywhere, and it's just a waste of time, plus my shy friend is not even talking, and I actually came to meet my friend, and now I'm not even spending time with my friend, I get very annoyed of that. At some point I was just like, okay, can we go now? And then both of them like, sure, let's go. At this point I just didn't care anymore. And then when we were about to leave the cafe, the person says out loud, hey, let's just call the third person stranger, hey, stranger just texted me and wants to come and meet us. Stranger is already close by, and stranger was a mutual friend of my friend and of the person. So now here comes person number 3, which is stranger. And I'm like, fine, whatever, I'm already here. And I thought they would just say hello. Hello, is it me you looking for? You know, like greet each other, and then the person and the stranger would get going because the stranger messaged the person. So I assumed, you know, that they would meet up, we would meet up, and then the stranger and the person would just stay together and go somewhere else so that I and my friend can spend time. Does that make sense? Here's one thing that I learned: don't assume anything. What had happened was, after we were at the station to pick up the stranger, I realized that we're not gonna be separating, because then they're like, hey, let's go to that our what's it called, our Stammplatz. What is Stammplatz of English? Let's go to where we always go to. So they said they wanted to show me this cool cafe, and there's some special stuff. I mean, it was a nice cafe. Anyway, we're going to another cafe, and this is so annoying because my Korean is not that good, but I feel like anybody can understand looks and body language. The stranger, after greeting me, after we turned around to walk, the stranger was a bit behind me. So here's my friend and me. Behind us, the person and the stranger. And the stranger was on behind me, more or less. I forgot what the whole sentence was, but I just understood one part. 여자친구 있어? And then the person said, no, 없어. And then the stranger comes beside me and starts hitting on me. I don't know, maybe some of you or somebody out there might feel flattered and, oh, people are all over me. But just the given circumstances, I'm telling you guys, I was here to meet my friend and my time's being wasted. I'm sorry if you feel like your time is wasted. If you feel like your time is wasted by this video, you may click the thumbs down. I totally understand you, but just to prove my point, I just hate the fact that I was gonna meet my friend and I feel like my time was wasted. Cutting the story short, because this is too long, I left at some point. My friend just accompanied me to the station, and then that was that. And I think in total, I was out for, I feel like it was 4 hours in total. This was actually originally a part of the first video, Scams in Korea, because I felt like I was scammed, really. And with that friend of mine, I just casually talk, but we don't really talk anymore because for me that day just ruined everything. But yeah, we still talk. It's not that I cut off that friend of mine. The reason why I said only 4 hours, here is the next part of this video. It's not too long. You have to understand, if you're gonna go to Korea, whether you're on a date or when you're with friends, there is this culture of, I forgot the word, I'm sorry, I haven't heard the word in a while, but it's basically going from one place to the next. So the more stations you go, the more successful the date. And when I say date, this can be a blind date, this can be a date between lovers, a date between a couple, date between friends. So going out, basically. And the more stops you have, the more successful and the better it is. The closer you are, the more you show that you want to be close, I just suppose. So anyway, that's why I said only 4 hours. And I remember when I would go out with friends, it's true, we would meet at some place, talk there, then we would go to eat or to a cafe, and then the next one again, coffee or ice cream. And then sometimes we would go to the movies, and then after the movies, we would go to the arcade, etc, etc, etc. So the more stops, the more the more successful. And I remember one time I spent, I think, 6 hours with one of my closer friends in Seoul. And I remember because we were talking so much and we were having fun, we didn't realize how time passed us by. I think it was 5 hours. I think, yeah, it was 5 hours. Messaged him and said, yeah, hey, can you please come, blah blah blah. So he said, I'm sorry, I have to leave. And then he felt so bad and he kept on messaging, I'm so sorry that I had to cut our meeting short and that we didn't spend too much time with one another. And then for me, that was like, we spent 5 hours with each other. I don't think that's short. Since we are close friends, we wanted to spend more time with each other. So for all those who are gonna go to Korea, just know that it is normal to go from one place to the next. So you should also be aware of the fact that to the more places you go, the more money you spend. So yeah, but that's the whole culture. And the last thing that to round this thing up with the scams is I also often felt scammed. I say this because it's not really a scam, by people in Korea. Maybe it was the naive me thinking that people who talked with me and wanted to meet up were genuine and actually wanted to meet up and become friends with me. I don't know, maybe it's because I was born in the 1990s that I don't see this coming. I mean, ghosting. Do you guys know this word, ghosting? Personally, I don't really know why people ghost. I find ghosting is a very rude thing. I really hate it. There's a difference between, you know, you were never close to begin with and then you just lose contact. That's something else. I mean is when people are messaging with you, texting with you, meeting up with you, and then out of the blue, boom, out of your life, bye. You're blocked, deleted, or whatnot, or you're left unseen and never contacted again. I don't get the whole concept of ghosting. If you ghost someone for a period of time because something's going on in your life, and afterwards you message the person, hey, I'm so sorry, so much has been happening in my life, blah blah blah, I think that's fine. And at the same time, I understand you don't owe anybody an explanation, but just the whole ghosting thing is not really a proper concept of mine. I don't understand it. But yeah, in Korea, several people who would meet up with me and then they would be, hey, it's so much fun hanging out with you, hey, let's meet up. You know how you guys say, come, let's meet up, and let's meet up without a final appointment or date doesn't mean anything. But here's the thing, I had many experiences in Korea where they would be, David, you're so cool, and let's meet up. And I said, sure. And then I asked them when. They'd tell me, okay, let's meet up next week. I am free on Tuesday, for example. We would set a time, date, and place. And then I learned in Korea that you have to confirm several times, because sometimes they say they have time and they're gonna meet up and then they don't. Then they cancel last minute. So I would always ask a day before, so we cool tomorrow? Or I just confirm again, hey, the place we're meeting tomorrow is at this station, right? I mean, I had that hidden card since I am a foreigner. So yeah, but I had several times when people would just leave me unseen, and I always would feel like, they might not show up. Yeah, it happened a few times. So anyway, that, I guess that's called being stood up, I suppose. Wow, this video is kind of sad. First being set up on a blind date and then ending it with being stood up.
So I guess this means we won't be hanging out anymore.
Oh, don't say that. Of course we will. We'll hang out. Yeah, we're gonna all get together and we're gonna go
Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time, even though I talked a lot, and you learned something. If any of you, my nieces and nephews that watch this, even though I warned you, and maybe you were allowed to, just letting you know, don't begin dating too quickly, okay? Stay in school. Focus on that first. Wag muna kayo mag-date. Wag kayo magtitingin sa mga iba-iba. Kamsamnida. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, like, subscribe. I'm seeing many new subscribers on my channel. Hey, I'm so happy to see you, and I hope to see you guys in the next one again. Don't forget, live life alive. So other than that, I wish you all a good morning, good afternoon, a good evening, wherever you may be. See you soon. Adios. Goodbye.